Hi everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Graham Penman and I am a senior manager within the European K2 team. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about collaboration, primarily how we use Microsoft Teams internally to enable collaboration across different teams, different departments, and ultimately the organization. Now, a bit of background. I work from home, predominantly, anyway. Even in these tough times, I worked from home before that. And I have a disparate team across the Europe, Middle East and Africa region for K2. We're based out of London primarily for Europe. So I travel down there a lot, but most of the time I'm here in my home office at the house. But I also look after our team here at K2, our technical specialist team, pre-sales team. We call them TS for short. So if you hear me use TS throughout this video, that's what I'm referring to. The team that go out and help people who are looking at our technology, help them make a decision as to whether technically it's the right fit for their organization and help design the solutions for them. And that team covers quite a wide geography throughout Europe, Middle East and Africa. So we naturally have a disparate team, people working in maybe remote offices somewhere, people working from home. And that brings its own challenges. But what I'd like to show you today is how we use Microsoft Teams and use different embedded apps within there to manage our team. I'm going to show you the good, I'm going to show you the bad, but I'm going to show you the real life, because there's nothing in this video that isn't what we do in normal day-to-day life within TS. So let's have a look at how we're using Teams to be able to alleviate some of the burden of managing a remote and disparate team. The first thing I'd like to say as you look into our team here and as I log in is that you'll see there is a very little amount of teams that I'm actually involved in. I've hidden some of the rogue ones that people have created, but it's really important that you manage how many teams you have, and you have, one team for one specific purpose, but you don't have too many of them. We all remember back to the days of SharePoint. People still use it, but back to the days where there was multiple sites for multiple different things and people got a bit confused if it wasn't organized enough as to where to go. So we want to keep the amount of teams down to a minimum that we created. Over the last couple of weeks, due to the current scenario that we're in with the virus, people have been popping up teams everywhere, but we put tighter controls now around who can create a team and for what purpose. If there's already a team that might suit the purpose that you have, go and use that team. Don't spin up multiple teams for the same kind of purpose. But we're going to do an entirely different session on that, so we'll get to there. But what we want to do is, as we look in, have a look around at what we have in our kind of channels within there. We've got our usual posts. The post channel is for our group-wide chat. I've got lots of individual chats with lots of different people, but we use the channel here for our EMEA TS team for our group chat. If there's anything group-wide we want to bring up or discuss or involve everybody in, that's where we go. And secondly, and probably one of the most important things we do here, this is where we have our collaboration files. So we have our document repository for team-wide documents. Now, this is really important. As we look at documents and where you store them, within Office 365, there's such a wide range of places that you can store your documents. Now, keeping track of that's quite difficult, but we have a space within Teams that's nicely laid out within the folder structure, saying this is where we put our collaboration documents. This is where we put shared items for our team and nowhere else. If you want to share a personal document with someone, stick it in your personal OneDrive. If you want to collaborate and share something with the rest of the team that's a useful piece of collateral, stick it in the team site. And we have actually quite a lot of rules around what we do with certain things, and we put that on a wiki, which you can see now. That wiki is the blueprint about how we run our team. So along with having our collaboration and chat for group chat, along with our files, we also have a page that basically describes how our team runs, both using the technology they have, but also wider how we interact with the rest of the business. So we have a wiki that describes the blueprint about how our team runs. So we're pretty strict really about who we else allow into this team. So team members that we have are really only the TS team members for Europe, Middle East and Africa. We also allow some of the senior management in, just to have a look at some of the stuff that we're doing, but we don't allow other people into the team. If we want to collaborate and share things from this team, we move it out into a shared space in OneDrive or in another team site and be able to share that across other departments. So we keep this quite tightly controlled. Now, Moving on a little bit, as we are a process app platform as K2, that's what we do. It's really tempting for us as technologists to say, actually, we have a platform here that we can build process apps on. Let's build a process for absolutely everything that we do. And it's really difficult for us not to do that. It's what we love to do. But if we think about it, we want to use the right tool for the right job. And if there's a lightweight, off-the-shelf tool to help us do something, we tend to use that over and above building it within K2. But we also ensure that there's an integration point with K2 if we need to extend the process out or add some more layers of workflow over the top. And one of those areas is within team management and planning of tasks. Of course, we could build a task management tool within K2 for managing team tasks, but we don't want to do that. What we want to do is use something like Planner. And Planner is a great tool. It's simple, it's easy to use. Most of all, it's not overbearing for my TS members to be able to add a task and manage the task through the different stages from inner backlog all the way through to a completed item. They only have to put the essential details in and tag it appropriately. And then I can pivot to my heart's content with all the data that I have to make sure we're managing the team and capacity well enough there. Just to underscore that rule that we have, keep it simple, use the right tool for the right job. We don't want to use collaboration tools and be overbearing on our employees, on our staff, on our resources in already what is a difficult time. One of the other aspects I use, as well as using off-the-shelf tools with Planner and using OneDrive and SharePoint embedded in with Microsoft Teams, and obviously the collaboration aspect with Team Chat and things like that and team meetings, is that we have a number of items that we have within K2, the apps that we've built that manage the day-to-day running of different aspects of the business. And one of the primary focuses for me with using Microsoft Teams is I want my team to have one place where they go. One place where they can go and do the majority of their job if they need to access different systems. So we've embedded as many of our internal systems into our team sites as possible. So here we can see we've got some process apps built on K2. This is where I tell you this is the bad bit. We've embedded K2 apps and that's fantastic. Some of our apps are a little bit old looking. We haven't updated them too much. I'm going to show you some nice little apps, probably in a separate session, nicely, beautifully styled ones. But this is the raw real life of what we do internally. Here's our management app for request leave that we have in there, so we can request our annual leave from here. We also have other apps within there for ITSM, so service desk, so we can put requests in for help desk throughout the system, and people get allocated tasks across the K2 business depending on whether it's an IT request, an HR request, or something else like that. So we have our ITSM and our help desk embedded within Microsoft Teams, and this is just a K2 app that we had already that we've embedded somewhere where people can access it, where they're doing the majority of their work. Some other things that we have that are quite cool as technical people, we spin up a lot of cloud VMs, we spin up a lot of trial accounts for people. We have a dashboard within here that hooks into our Azure services where we can spin up cloud instances, manage the VM instances for our customers, for our partners, for our prospects, and we can manage that all within the K2 app. We don't have to leave here or go into any other systems. We don't even have to log into the Azure portal. K2 has an app that we built on top of all the APIs that allow us to manage that from within there. So that's the most important thing. We want people to work and collaborate in the one space. They don't have to go to 50 different systems to be able to do their job. So we've used a combination of out-the-box lightweight apps, office apps that can be embedded, things like Planner, but we've also embedded our enterprise-wide apps, like the K2 ones, within the collaboration space within our Microsoft team. Now, I'm not saying we've got this all sorted. We have not. We've not plumbed every depth of all the things we can do to collaborate better. But these little things give us a great platform to be able to collaborate across disparate teams in different offices around the world and allow us to work effectively and provide the best customer service that we can, because we're not having to go all over the place to find things, all over the place to access different systems. We've condensed it all down into one collaboration space, into one team for the technical specialist team within Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So hopefully that's given you a nice little insight into the kind of things that you can do within Microsoft Teams in a real world scenario. And any other questions about that, please get in touch, how we've managed to embed our K2 apps, how we've organized our teams. More than happy to chat on different social media platforms about how we've done this. So I hope you found that helpful. We're going to be producing more of these collaboration videos to help you get the most out of the estate you already have, the most out of the K2 platform, and we hope we can help in any way that we can. So thank you for watching, and we'll be in touch soon.